As most of you know, and if you don't know, a number of years ago, back in the late 80s, 1980s, 1989 exactly, I was involved in a helicopter crash where five of my friends died. My very best friend, Mike Graham, was the key grip. We were doing a movie with Chuck Norris in the Philippines called Delta Force 2. He was the key grip on the show. And my good friend Don Marshall was the lighting director, and Jeff Brewer was one of the stunt guys on the show that I had known for like 8 years. And I was involved in a helicopter crash where I lost five of my friends. And my best friend Mike died in my arms. He was 29 years old. He was on fire when I pulled him out of the helicopter, and I was giving him CPR in the back of a car as we were on our way to the hospital, and Mike didn't make it. And, it was one of the worst moments of my life. It was one of the hardest things I ever had to deal with. For 2.5 years after it, I had a gun in my mouth every night, and I had drugs up my nose and smoking cigarettes and drinking booze. And I wasn't partying. I was trying to kill myself. Well, thank God I'm not a success at everything in life. But the thing is that, life is life. And at any moment, we're dodging bullets left, right, and center. Think about it. Have you ever been on the highway and 5 minutes in front of you, a car accident happened where somebody died, or maybe you found out 5 minutes behind you, you saw the news or something, somebody died in a car crash. Well, guess what? You could have left 5 minutes earlier or 5 minutes later. I have friends and clients who are commercial airline pilots. And with as much as I fly, this was probably the wrong question to ask them, but I asked them, has there ever been a time when you're up in the cockpit and, there's a situation where it's so hairy that you're worried if we're going to make it or not, and then you figure it out, and the audience or the people on the plane don't even know that anything happened, and then you're at the end of it, well, thanks for flying our airlines, and I look forward to flying with you again. Has it ever happened to you? And they said, more times than you can imagine. I'm like, why did I ask that question? But my point being is that any moment, things can happen. Like that day in the helicopter wreck is, who thought that was going to happen? We're doing a movie. Real stuff's not supposed to happen. This is Hollywood. But it happened. And it changed my life. It's become one of the most transformational. So what I want to share with you today is that any day that life isn't kicking you, that it's not hitting you hard. By the way, life can kick you really hard. And while you're down, it can keep kicking you. So any day that it's not kicking you, any day that you're not getting hit, don't kick yourself. Don't look for reasons to be kicked. Don't antagonize the world to kick you. Instead, love more, fight less. Hug and kiss the people you love more, and make sure you tell them you love them more. People who are saying, I'm just doing this to kill time. What time do you have to kill? Think about it, how fast life is moving. And so any day that it's not kicking you, enjoy your life to the highest, to the fullest. And yes, we do personal development consistently so you can have a better quality of life. But the other reason we do it, the other reason that I stay consistent, still to this day, I still work on myself every day, is so that when life challenges you at the highest of levels, that you can, and kicks you to your backside, knocks you down hard, takes the wind out of you, that you can brush yourself off, pick yourself up, and go back down the journey of your life to make your life amazing. And by the way, if life hasn't kicked you hard, well, God bless you. But, you might want to be prepared that it will, because it's the challenges of life that give our life value. If you weren't challenged in this lifetime, you probably don't value it. So value at the highest level. And one of the things I've worked with on all the athletes I've worked with, and by the way, all the athletes, all the sports teams I've ever worked with have all won. And one of the strategies I always teach them is called play excellent. If you have the ball in your hand, make this play excellent. Enjoy it to the fullest. If you drop the ball or get tackled or whatever that is, whatever sport you're in, write it off, reset, and then make this play excellent. And if you do that throughout the game, you're going to have an excellent game. And if you do that throughout your season, you're going to have an excellent season. And you do that throughout your career, you're going to have an excellent career. And one of my great clients, Tamati Ellison, who is now a coach, and he's working with the All Blacks. I was with Tamati his whole career, when he was with the Wellington Hurricanes, when he was a player on the All Blacks, when he went to Japan. And Tamati said to me, he said, one of the most powerful things you ever taught me was to play Excellent. Because, by the way, now he is retired as a player, and but he had an excellent career and he enjoyed the journey. And by the way, that's the message of this story: is the purpose of your life is to enjoy it. Because if you do that at the end of your life, when it's over, you look back and you go, this was awesome. If you don't, you're going to ask yourself, what was I thinking when I could have enjoyed this life and I pissed it away, being upset at this person or angry at that or holding this grudge on this person, when that actually has no value at the end of your life. So since it's not going to have any value then, it doesn't have any value now. I hope this was of value to you. Until I talk with you again, have a most outstanding day.